Hi, Sagittarius. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, of course, are welcome in any of my readings. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what you don't see coming in, what energy is around you that maybe you're not aware of, or what is coming in next. Please use my readings to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. I'm so grateful. Let's see what our cards are saying today, and we'll call in our spirit guides now, so you can do that with me and just sit back and relax, and let's see what Spirit has for you today. Spirit, for my Sagittarius, please share with me what is coming that we don't see coming our way, that we may not be aware of, that you want us to know. What messages of love do you have for us today? I am listening for you now. I have happiness, the number 48. Scorpio had happiness too. I feel like I felt like I was riding a wave there for a second. It was almost like waves of happiness. That it doesn't mean I'm happy all the time, but I'm more consistently happy, if that makes sense. It was that when I'm with this person, I feel myself laugh, or this person makes me feel good about myself, or we have a good time and we just enjoy the day, and I'm doing things that maybe I wouldn't be doing otherwise. So it was more of like waves of emotion. Okay. So in a good way. Okay. That the waves are coming in, you know, not as a releasing energy or tears or grieving, but in uplifting. And it felt good. It felt good. Thank you, Spirit. And I have you are looked after, the number 12. So angels, lost loved ones, ancestors, spirit guides, all trying to get you to a place where they're saying you believe that you should be. Absolutely. So you have something in your head that you're dreaming of, or you're believing of, or you're manifesting. And this spirit realm is trying to help you get there to whatever it is that you're hoping and dreaming. So that's a nice message to know that they're all working in unison, they're saying. Beautiful. I have an inner beauty, somebody coming into your life that sees you for you. And this, I think that sometimes that's the most important part, that there's this mind, body, soul connection with people. There's that I see you, not only are you beautiful on the outside, you're beautiful on the inside. But the person who really connects to that inner beauty, and they see your soul, Spirit saying, and that's what they're attracted to. They see the real you. And maybe that's something that all you want. I just want somebody to believe in me. I want somebody to see how good I am. I want somebody to see that I do have a lot of love to give, a lot of energy to be with somebody. So this beautiful inner beauty is what is going to hook your person. So that's nice. Just know that. I have love's abundance. Your relationship is filled with an abundance of love and joy. Embrace this gift and allow it to overflow in every aspect of your life, enriching your experiences and your connections. So an abundance of love. There is infinite love. There is, it just reminded me of, somebody who has one child, of course, you love that child unconditionally and you have all this love to give. But the same person could have 10 children and still love unconditionally and have all this love to give. There's no limit to our love. Just as my mother's father came from a family of 13 children and good Catholics. And I always think of that, like the mother's love for 13 children. And I mean, I can't imagine raising 13 kids, but they did it in those days. And there's infinite love is my point. divine love. Your love is divinely guided and supported by the universe. Trust in this divine connection and allow it to lead you to a higher understanding of love and partnership. So this sacred love that comes in, that was divinely sent. If your angels and your ancestors and your spirit guides are working in unison for you right now, don't you think they know what you want? Don't you think they know everything about you? They know exactly what you're looking for. So they're trying to align that for you. I have divine timing. For those of you that watch me, you know, Spirit and I have a little joke with divine timing. It's almost in every single one of my readings in one way or another. Trust that the universe is bringing your soulmate to the perfect time, to you at the perfect time. Divine timing ensures that you are both ready to embrace the love and the lessons this relationship offers. I do want to remind you that there's always two sides of the equation. You could be ready. You could be excited. But your person could be still working through a lesson. They could be healing. They could be changing jobs. They could be relocating, buying a new house that puts them in the vicinity of meeting you. So their timeline might not be ready for you. So both sides have to be at the same, you know, on that timeline. So sometimes you have to say to yourself, well, I'm not meeting my person because, not because of you, because they're not ready to find me yet, or we're not ready to meet because they're working on something. So sometimes that helps. I don't know, for those of you that struggle with, I'm tired of waiting. Sometimes it helps to think that the person who you're meant to be with is just finishing up, you know, some loose ends. Think of it that way. You know, they're cutting ties. They're tying up loose ends so that they'll be ready to be with you. I have a 10 of Wands. I have a 5 of Swords. They could be coming out of something that was difficult. I have a World. And I have a Hangman. They're definitely coming out of something. I do feel the battle is over, whatever they were battling. And it was probably difficult getting back on their feet, kind of repairing something. But they're ready to start their life over. They're just patiently waiting. I feel like you're both patiently waiting to meet the right one. So but it is a definitely feeling of, I'm ready to start over. And I think the readiness to me is more important than anything. You know, like it's like somebody going up to the starting line at a race, you know, and you're either ready for that race and you've trained for that race and you hear the bell go off and you jump, or you're not. So it is a feeling of, I'm ready. So you're ready and they're ready. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have a 4 of Pentacles. I have a Queen of Pentacles. And I have a 5 of Wands. I'm going to say that the only thing holding this person back is that they want to be with somebody who's stronger independently than who they had in the past. They could have had somebody who was very clingy, something like that, very demanding, spirit saying, that consumed them, that their whole life evolved around this other person's problems and, you know, do for me energy. So I think that the only thing that they struggle with is, I just want to be with somebody that we're in a relationship to be with each other, not for me to take care of them. And that could be vice versa also. Like, you're not in a relationship just to be their mother or their father, right? So it is a sense of, I just want to be with somebody who is moving forward in their life, with or without me, who is confident, Spirit saying, who is already stable, what I would say is a good word, who already has something to offer. And I'm not entering into a relationship where I have to fix somebody. And I think that is going to be crystal clear to you, Spirit saying that they're not putting you in that situation. So that could be something that you struggled with in the past. I have an Ace of Swords, bottom of my deck, and I have an Emperor and I have a Chariot. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got somebody who's coming in that's pretty strong. And I feel that they're going to be pretty honest, even with some of the things I just said. I'm not looking to be somebody's hero. I'm not looking to put out all your fires. I'm here to be your partner. I'm here to be a support, but I'm not going to do it for you. And, so the person who isn't self-reliant, I guess, is not what they're looking for. That is going to turn them off completely. So it's somebody else. It's somebody who's very confident. It's somebody who's I want to be in a relationship for the right reasons. I want a best friend. I want a loving partner. I want somebody to do things with. I want somebody to laugh with and enjoy. I want to know that you're there for me when I need you, but I don't need you all the time. I don't need you to do everything for me. So it's more of I'm going to be honest with you, because this is a strong energy. This is going to be somebody who they're saying is pretty, I don't know how to say it. I mean, maybe middle-aged. Okay. Maybe somebody who's 30s, 40s or more, but they're well into their life. They're not a little kid. They're not trying to figure things out. They've had other relationships. This isn't their first rodeo. And they know the kind of person they need to partner with this time, because they had somebody in the past that was either too clingy, too needy, or too demanding. And that might be something that they say, I just couldn't handle it. It was always like, the alarm was ringing and you've got to come help me, like you got to help put out all my fires all the time. So your confidence is going to be key. I have work, projects, coworkers. We could meet this person at work. We could be in the same kind of field, possibly. Maybe that's what we have in common. Or work is very important to us. So we have to focus on our work. We can't just be like playing all the time. We've got to work, we've got to focus on our work. We've got demanding careers, maybe some of you. I have learning. I've learned from my lessons. I feel like this person in the book is almost like it's a little bit more than halfway. So yeah, this isn't this person's first rodeo as far as I've been in relationships before, and I know what's missing, Spirit's saying. I know what I need now. So I'm going to say kudos to that person, because I would rather be in a relationship with somebody who knows what they want than be with somebody who just says yes to everything and then someday wakes up and says, oh, I haven't been happy. Yeah, but you've been saying yes all along. Oh, but I really haven't been happy. So somebody who knows what they want and isn't afraid to stand up for that, I think is probably a good quality. I have parties, good times. I want to have a good time. Doesn't mean I don't want to have a commitment. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be loyal, but I want to have a good time. I just don't want it all to be about what are our feelings all the time, or getting really, really deep. There will be times for that and we'll be vulnerable, but I also want to enjoy life. So this person has a very, I don't want to say carefree. It's more of a work hard, play hard energy, but I'm going to say expect a good time is how it's coming into me. That either this person wants to, they like to have fun, whatever fun is for the two of you. Okay. I want to go out. I want to do things. I want to make you laugh. Maybe they have something very, that they like to do, and you like to do that also. Love is in the air. Love is close. I have been manifesting this. I also love this big gem. So they see you as a gem, and a gem shines, right? Your inner beauty was what they said. And this feeling of, I see you shining from the inside out. I see you as a gem. I see you as amazing. So that is what they're going to notice about you. That is what they're going to want to be with. So expect a good time. I like that. I like that. You know, sometimes the readings get too heavy, I guess. And, you know, life is meant to be fun. It is. It's meant to be. Sometimes life is hard enough. So we do want to have a good time with the person we're falling in love with. I have a 2 of Swords. I have a Hanged Man. 10 of Wands. And I have a 5 of Wands. The 2 of Swords came into me as I've had my eye on you somehow. That they either have finally made a decision to move forward with something. So this could be somebody for some of you that is in your vicinity that you have been talking to. And they're definitely ready to move forward with it. All right. I do feel a little bit of tying up some loose ends here with the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, that I've had a lot of weight on my shoulders. I've had a lot on my mind recently. I've got to get through something. And maybe that's lifted. Maybe that will start to lift. And maybe that's what's caused this kind of waiting. Or I've needed some time to, you know, clean up some loose ends in my own personal life. But this very much came into me as I've had my eye on you, and I do want to move forward. I'm going to put this as a Tower moment. They came out of a Tower moment. They had some loose ends to clean up, and, you know, they didn't want to jump into anything right away. Maybe they told you, I'm not quite ready to start a relationship. And then they reach out. It's how I feel. I have an Emperor. They know what they want. They're going to be, I hate to say they're going to be in control. They're not going to control you, but they will be in control of this, the pace that this goes. They will be kind of pushing it, you know, with it's their energy on their timeline a little bit, because they just are like, take it or leave it, which probably isn't going to make you happy. But at the same time, they're not going to rush into something they don't want. And if they're not ready, it's not going to work. So you're better off just kind of surrendering to God's timeline and their timeline as to the pace that this unfolds. And I have a 3 of Wands. But I love this particular little card because see how there's an empty chair with a cup of coffee in front of it? It's almost like I can see you there. And maybe you got up and went to the ladies' room or the men's room, and the coffee was delivered. And then we're both going to sit back down and look out at this beautiful view of some kind of lake or water. But I like the fact that there's that chair across the person and it's going to be filled. And it's a sense of there's my partner right across from me. There's my person that I have a cup of coffee with, that I order lunch with, I order breakfast with, you know, we go places, we do things. So that felt good. Bottom of the deck, I have the High Priestess. I'm going to go back to that inner beauty again. They recognize within you your intuition. They recognize within you your spiritual growth, your connection to spirit. It could just be radiating off of you. Let's see what the loving messages are. I think that even though this person is going to be kind of, I know what I want, there's going to be a day where they want you. And that's all that matters, is they're going to see you for who you are. They're going to see your soul and they're going to want you. And that's all that matters. Our love is so complex, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm going to put that down here with this Tower, only because there could be kids involved is how it just came into me. It could be kids on both sides. It could be we're both divorced. There's other exes. There's scheduling, you know. So sometimes you're at that age where you don't have little kids, but you have kids that you still have so much responsibility for. They could be in high school, middle school, heading off to college. So you are juggling, especially if both sides have children. So that's how it's coming into me. So we could have like a very mixed future family, something like that. You were meant for me and you're perfect. They're going to see the real you, and that's all that matters. I feel like I've fallen in love with you many lifetimes over. So is this a past love that has returned? Is this another love in this lifetime that we found each other again in this lifetime? Loving you grows my heart immensely. It's going to grow. And that I like. I'm just going to grab that growing energy. It's going to grow with time. My family is crazy about you. And I can't say I blame them. I feel like I'm getting into a big family. I will say that. I feel like I am. I feel like it's great. I think maybe the fun that I, expect a good time. Maybe the fun is the family. Maybe the fun is some kind of big family that's just hysterical and you have a great time hanging out with just, close family and friends and that whole new circle that opens up to all of us when we start a new relationship. I'm going to put this out to the universe. This was really nice because it reminded me of we don't fall in love with somebody on the outside. That's just our first impression. Yes, we want to be attracted to somebody, but that doesn't keep the relationship going. And when this person realizes your inner beauty and that you're a gem, that tells me that it's real. It tells me that this person is able to identify in another person the best qualities. I'm going to put this out to the universe. How gorgeous. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you are new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, check out my website, Kathy Mamolen, psychicmedium.com. Also, I have 2 other YouTube channels, if you could check those out. Also, I have a pick a card channel and I have a twin flame soulmate channel with some additional readings over there. So I'll put them in the description and in the comments. So thank you for being here, everybody, and we'll see you again in another Love Messages real soon.